Hello and welcome back to the port. I'm Nagato Major and this is our review of the Tier 6 battleships in order of worst to best for Season 5 ranked. Now we have discussed this as a team and we've come to a general conclusion that we're going to be coming up with now. However, there is a joint place on this list. And at number 4 we have the Colorado. Now the reason why we put the Colorado dead last is really down to her speed. Now she may have decent guns, decent armor, which means that she has the kind of staying power and being able to project force out across the map over objectives. However, due to her lack of speed, what that means is she doesn't have that sphere of influence. Say you take control of one side of the map, there's not really much chance you're going to see the Colorado move across the map. She's slow, she's lumbering. In ranked, what you're really probably going to be looking for is faster battleships, ones that can actually move around from objective to objective and be where they need to be. The Colorado unfortunately is just too slow in order to project her power across the map effectively. So that is why we've placed her at the bottom at number 4. At number 3 we have the Eisenhower, the German Tier 6 battleship. Now the reason why we put her here is because she can't really play at range due to her dispersion. So you're kind of forced into this kind of brawling and moving in. However, a battleship charging solo into an objective is going to be a quick way to lose a battleship. I mean, she has the speeds, I mean she can move across the map. Having torpedoes is a nice little gimmick to have, because you can definitely push away enemy cruisers and destroyers that do get close, and your secondaries will be able to tear up enemy destroyers and to get fires set and other things when you're up close. But the downside of not being able to play at range, not being able to choose your play style, having to get close or closer than some and the most, what you'll find is you'll be the tip of the spear, and usually when the tip of a spear hits something that's going to be hard, the tip of the spear is the thing that breaks. And so what you'll probably find is when all the destroyers and cruisers go silent or something, you'll be the biggest, nearest, loudest target and be so focused on by the enemy team. With battleships you want to be playing back, you want that maneuverability as well, but you also want to be able to project your power over a long distance accurately where possible, and that's why we put the Eisenhower down at number 3. Now for our first of our joint second place we have a KG5, King George V class battleship from Britain. Now the reason why we put her at second place, I mean she has the speed so she can actually move around from objective to objective, she has the accuracy, but due to her modest caliber gun and most of her armament being focused on high explosives, it can be difficult to get that kind of projection of power that some of the bigger caliber guns have. You're not really going to be having those kind of AP strikes at range. Your main focus is going to be causing fires against enemy cruisers and battleships. You have good maneuverability as well, but it's just, I think it's because of those 14-inch guns. It's hard to say that she's worse than some of the others because you can keep churning out the damage, but you're not going to be we can't say she's the best either, just because you're not going to be getting those kind of AP devastating strikes that you usually get in some of the other battleships against cruisers and battleships. Also at joint second with the KG5 we have the Japanese Tier 6 battleship, the Nagato. Now obviously this has to be a fully upgraded Nagato. Now the reason why we put her in second place is because she kind of has that all over balance that's quite nice. She has the speed, she has the armour, and she has the caliber of guns, so you're able to move the battleship around and get that projection of force across objectives wherever you get. So this is quite a nice ability. The reason why we haven't put her at top is because Nagato was nerfed quite recently, where the AP damage per shell was actually reduced, meaning that she doesn't quite have that DPM to match with her accuracy. But she still seems to be quite a good choice. Because of her speed you can move from objective to objective, which is more than really what a Colorado can do. But then also you've got that good accuracy and you've also got the good guns, so that kind of, it puts you maybe slightly above a KG5, but then that reduction recently, but it definitely puts you above an Eisenhower as well. And in first place we have the Lion, the French tier 6 battleship. The reason why we've got her here is because of her accuracy and the number of guns that you're able to bring to bear onto a target. Also you have your speed, which allows you to move around the map just as well. It's basically, if a KG5 could be this good, then we'd probably bring the KG5 as well. But what the French kind of are able to do is they have better AP than the British, so therefore they can kind of bring more to the fight. And then due to the accuracy, okay, yes, the shells are smaller caliber, but more of them are going to hit on target, and when they hit on target, they hit on target. The Lion's going to be able to get those devastating strikes out, really hurt cruisers, really hurt battleships alike. So because of that accuracy, that does kind of improve what kind of damage the Lion can do. And then with that engine boost and engine, she can move across the map quite nicely, getting her from A to B in order to project her force over a objective where she can. So that's our review of the tier 6 battleships that will be able to be used at ranked season 5. Now again, we're ignoring the premiums simply because there's lots of premiums out there and not everyone has access to premiums, or maybe they just don't want to buy a premium. So what we've done is we tried to make this guide based on the tech tree ships. I mean, you can just pick a tech tree ship you have available to you, because everyone's going to have access to a tech tree ship through grinding the game. Now, battleships in ranked, we did see a lot of them in the last season, so I guess we kind of are expecting to see a lot of them. Now, with battleships, how they're not really as crucial at ranked because they don't move in and capture objectives. What they're good for is probably holding an objective and acting as an anchor. But what that does mean is you kind of have to move up and be the anchor. You can't sit back and wait. Also, if you're the faster battleships, then bear in mind you've got that speed, and if you see that your flank is floundering on one side, use your speed to maneuver across. That is why the speed of the battleships has been quite a crucial factor here. Having a slow lumbering battleship, yes, you may be able to be the anchor on one flank, but if you start to see the other flank floundering and you start to see your team pushing up, you can't keep pace with them, and what you're going to find is you're going to get separated from the rest of your team, isolated, possibly torpedoed. What you want to be is you want to be working with the team, and therefore backing them up where you can. Obviously, if you're a dab hand at a certain type of battleship, and you know you are, then that's probably going to be the battleship that you're going to go for. If you like this kind of content, feel free to subscribe. I'm the Gallifrey Major, and back to the port.